mindset Siemens 5.4, yeah, that's important, okay? And also now in following, I will show you now the desktop here of this virtual machine. Give me a second, I have to move it here to my second monitor. It's always strange. Okay. It's not working. Give me a second, please. You know, sometime here my computer has a little bit problems if I have too much things in parallel open, you know. It's a heavy load for the processing system internally. And so, yeah, once a system crash like that, so yeah, I'm sorry for that. Once more, I have to restart now the virtual machine. And so then I can show you this screen here in a shared window. One second, please. Hello guys, can you see now the desktop of my virtual machine? I share it with you. Yeah. Thank you, Travis. Okay, Mikael, thank you. And the other guys, can you see it too? Yes, we can see it. Yeah. Okay, very nice. So now, when you move here the cursor to the top, normally here you see this white bar, and also here you can read VMware MySet Siemens 5.4, okay? And if you like to see more details, you can open player, you can scroll down to help, and also then about VMware Workstation, yeah, you can see here then the indication of the detailed version, yeah, and so on. And so this is a possibility for you to check out, do you got the update, yes or no, okay? And therefore you told me before, you have the MySet Siemens 5.4 machine installed. So this is the possibility to check out the actually version, okay? And later on, if you like to know, also I can show you in which subdirectory you have to look in to see when happened the last update, okay? Also, this is a possibility if you like to know that now, so I can show you that, okay? So far, so good? So far, so good. So now, boys, mainly, or let's say basically, why you have to use this machine? What's the purpose? Again, when you look to the designation, it's written here, VMware MySet Siemens. And this is telling you always independent of version of Siemens control unit. Here within this machine, you will find all the tools you need for every service work, for error debugging, for software installation, for doing backups of data in the several control ranges, whatever else you have to do, yeah? Here you will find the right tools, the support, and all the stuff you need. Okay? In case of Siemens control systems, okay? So far so good?
Yeah.
Okay. Why I tell you this in detail, therefore, boys, normally on your VMware player, you have a second machine installed. Thank you for your response. You have a second machine installed, MySet General 5.4. And the general version is for the Mill Plus and for the Heidenhain control units designed for, okay? But not for Siemens, okay? And so that means also this kind of controller, they have specially software packages, have specially tools, and so on you have to use. And therefore also here we have a lot of such packages available, totally different to the cinematic control. Therefore also we have, or we designed these two virtual machine versions, okay? So far so good, only to give you a little bit information why it happened on that way, okay?
Okay.
Good, thank you for your response. Now, we have here in the virtual machine, we have several data ranges. You see here in this box, I click in, so you see here the cursor parkour. You have here Siemens, yeah? That means here we have the standard tools for the cinematic control, for all of them, yeah, in the several versions. Here underneath DMG Mori, so that means here these are standard tools, yeah, for the net service, for data transfer, and so on, yeah, several function ranges. The third frame here underneath application, here we have also specially tools in like the Ghost exe. It's very important for backing up data of a Windows-based system. When you remember, this is the Dynamics PC, yeah, with the Windows 10 operating system running to back up here the 100% of the SSD drive content. We have to use that tool. PC card manager, we have interface analyzer and so on. Yeah. And when we scroll down here a little bit, so we see other tools. For example, here WinSCP. Also, this tool is very important in case of data connection to the NCU. Why? Therefore, the NCU, when you remember, it was located in the right upper corner of the control cabinet. When you look from the rear side to the open door, to the content of the control cabinet. So the NCU unit is based on a Linux operating system. And here we have a problem. Why? As a standard, a Windows operating system and a Linux operating system never can communicate directly with each other. It's not possible. Why? Like if I do not speak English, you cannot understand German, so everybody can talk, but the other part will not understand what you are talking about, okay? So that means here for this connection, especially communication tool is necessary, and this is called WinSCP. I highlight it here in the frame application. Okay, can you see that here? Okay, that's for exchanging data to have access to the CF card. This is the memory, the specially hardware unit. Yeah, we save all the data within the NCU on. Okay, and to get a connection to this CF card, we have to, or we must use WinSCP. Okay, that's like a terminal program also for translating the two different codes between Windows and Linux operating system, and to release a data exchange by a Windows-based laptop. Okay? So far so good, boys, on that step. As a generally overview, only to give you, thank you for the response. For the other guys, is this so far so clear too?
Yes.
Okay,
So
thank
so
you.
good.
Thank you, boys. Now, the last frame here is system. And also here we have a special function on. And this function I highlighted for you, it's called disk management. Why is this important? Therefore, only by using this tool, we can really check out the content of a memory media. And this is especially necessary then when we prepare by ourselves a boot stick for the NCU or when we prepare a boot stick for the IPC unit. Okay? In both cases, we have to perform a specially operation sequence. We have to install once a linuxbase.img file. Yeah? That's the preparation for an NCU boot stick. And in a second case, we have to write a ghost image to an empty stick to make it bootable for an IPC unit. Okay? Independent of the procedure we have to do, the main thing first is always we have to check out, occur still a boot partition, yes or no, of the memory surface. And this is never possible by a standard data management tool like Windows Explorer or Total Commander or Wing Commander or whatever else you use, I don't know. But basically, for such a tool, it's not possible to show, to indicate a hidden primary boot partition. Okay? And for this purpose, later on we have to use here the disk management. Okay? Is this so far so good, boys, on that step?
Yep.
You will show us how to do this actually later?
What do you mean will show us how to prepare a boot stick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that, but listen, we have basically, let's say, 1.5 days available for telling you the overview, to give you in the wide range of function possibilities of this control a little bit an overview, and to do, let's say, the procedure once for the preparation of a boot stick. It needs about, let's say, half an hour until 1 hour. It depends a little bit. Okay? And I think, or let me recommend the following. To give you the really information, also let's say to give you the practice or the chance to do your own practice with your own equipment, to use the tools by yourself and so on. So this will be only possible when you stay here in or by DMG Pre-Pfronten in our training academy. And so within one of the trainings you will take part. So this will be a main point to show you how to prepare a boot stick for the NCU as well for the IPC. And I think this is the better possibility for you, so you can do the practice by yourself. You will get the hardware, let's say you will get a stick, 32 gig, and so then you can prepare this stick for a boot stick, and you have then also the chance to test it, to see is working this stick very well and correct. Okay? And I think this makes more sense. Or what do you think about? Is this okay for you? On that way?
Yeah, it's okay.
Good. Thank you for your agreements. So now let's say, this is similarly the content here of my virtual machine desktop. I hope you can see it still, yeah? Can you see it? Okay, very well. Thank you for your response. Thank you, boys. And yeah, now let's say the first thing I do always when I like to get a network connection to the machine, okay, I connect my laptop was the system network of the machine I like to be connected to. And also here, please remember, always in such a case, you have to use a standard patch cable. And you know what it means, patch cable? Regarding the wiring assignment, on both plugs, it's one by one. You have the identical arrangement of wiring. So that means patch cable, yeah? It's a straight connection. Why is this possible? Also, when you do a peer-to-peer connection, you need nothing else than a standard patch cable. Why? Therefore, since the year approximate 2008, as I remember, we got here the new edition of computer on that time, and within this new edition, the network card has installed the function automatic sensing. And what means that? That's the possibility for every network card for the processor inside to check by themselves the correct assignment of wires. And the right assignment is prepared full automatic. And since this time, every computer, every network card has this service installed, included. And so that means for you, please be so kind, use only patch cable. The wiring is one by one, okay? And how you can check that? It's very simple. If you move the two plugs next to each other in the same orientation, and so then you have to check the wires from the left to the right, for example, in both plugs. And if the wires are, the color of the wires is on both plugs identical, pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Yeah, if the wire assignment, the color assignment to the pin numbers is identical, so then you know this is a standard patch cable, and this should be only used. Okay. So far so good, boys, on that step.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for your response. Now the opposite, boys. It's a so-called crossover cable. Please be so kind, don't use that. We have now also a big dangerous on. And the dangerous is, if you have in your service luggage still a crossover cable in there, and you use it, also maybe you use it by a mistake, why? The patch cable and the crossover has the same color, whatever else, it looks like identical. The sticker, the designation sticker is disappearing, whatever, okay? So, and if you use that cable and you connect your laptop to the company network of a factory, so this could be the reason the company network crash totally, no further connection. And boys, this you have to escape. Maybe only the exception here is if you like to see the fastest IT specialist ever you saw. If in that case, the IT specialist get very nervous and also very fast angry, why his whole network is crashing. And it could be also bad, let's say it's not only a joke, it could be also bad for the factory. Why? Maybe he lost data and money and whatever else could go wrong. So therefore, please remember this explanation and escape such a fault. Okay? And I promise you, in no case, not in case peer-to-peer, I mean you connect directly your computer to the NCU, to the IPC, or to another intelligent unit using the network connection. Don't worry about that. You can do it always with a patch cable. The story from the past, in case of peer-to-peer connection, you have to use a crossover. That's gone. Remember, since the year 2008, all the computers in the network card, on the processor there, the function automatic sensing is included. And so the correct connection, the wire assignment for the connection is done full automatic in every case. Okay? So far so good, boys, on that step?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
It's the same thing also with other factory like Bielefeld, Siba.
Yeah, sure, correct. Why? This is not a question of location of machine manufacturing. Let's say this is only the question, which laptop do you have? If you have not a 15, 18 or a 20-year-old laptop in use, I think it will not work with the actual programs also, yeah. But again, if your actual laptop is newer than production time 2008, so then you have not to worry about all the computers, the laptops, the terminal PCs, whatever, within the network card. The function automatic sensing is included, and so the correct wiring, the correct wire assignment happen full automatic, independent to which system you like to be connected to with your laptop, okay? And also independent where it comes from, okay? So far, so good.
Okay.
For all of you,
For machines that are pre-2008, do you have to use a crossover cable, or can you still use the peer-to-peer cable?
no, regarding to your request, it's not the question of production time of machine, it's the question of the configuration and how old is your laptop. If this system, automatic sensing, is included in your laptop, and I think maybe your laptop is 2-3 years old, maximum 5, so you have not to worry about this function is included, okay? So you can connect your laptop, if it's possible, let's say it's configured also to a 20-year-old machine by network, okay? It will work if you have the right program, or let's say, yeah, the connection could be established with actually programs on such an old system, yeah? So then it will work, okay? So that means no reason for you to use longer or further on a crossover cable. This time is gone, okay? Let's say regarding the connection with your laptop to another machine or to a component of another machine, okay? So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, good.
Thank you for your response. Now, boys, let me show you here. I hope you can see still the shared virtual machine desktop. Can you see it?
Yes,
okay.
Yep.
Thank you for the response. Now, the first thing I like to do is always I like to check my IP address configuration. To do that, I dislike only to look into a menu of values. Why? Yeah, if you see, or I open a configuration menu, if the computer work well, it's okay. But sometimes we have also the situation, the actually used IP address of the communication processor is different to the value you wrote in a config menu in the window, okay? And to escape such a fault, so I try always to open the start menu like I do it now, and immediately I print afterwards CMD. So here you see on the top a light and blue highlighted cmd.exe. You print the command cmd, hit the input button, and your Windows or Windows shell box open. And why I use that? The reason is very simple. This here is accessing the lowest level of the TCP IP connection, yeah, of the protocol. And when I get here the right indication, so then I know the indication tell me what is really used by the communication processor. And if this IP address indicated here is identical with the inserted one short before, so then I know it will match, okay? That's true, okay? So far so good? And now the first thing is, I check out always my own configuration within my virtual machine. Therefore, I enter the command IP config /all. When I hit now the input button, you see now here, sorry, I cannot highlight it. Here you see I move underneath the cursor there. You see the like a headline, Ethernet adapter LAN connection. And that means what you have to check, not Wi-Fi, not any other network connection. It's configured in your virtual machine. Only your LAN cable connection is important. And here now in the middle, you see I moved there the cursor. Now you see here the actually IP address configuration 192.168.214.251. And underneath the used subnet mask 3 times 255.0. Okay? Can you see that all together? So now, thank you for your response. Now, when you see that, you know, now my virtual machine is adjusted to the system network range of the connected machine. Why? Every system network of a numeric control is adjusted to this network range. And the network range wise, it's consisting of the values 192.168.214 and the subnet mask underneath 3 times 255. This is the network range of this IP address. Why? When you look to this indication, you can put in a vertical separation line on the position. The change happen in the subnet mask range from 255 to 0. In this column here with the dot in, you can put in like a virtual vertical line. Everything on the left half, it's belonging to the network range, and everything of the right half is belonging to the host IP range. Okay? And so what must be true? If you like to be connected to one of the numeric controller units, it must be true your laptop is configured to the same network range. So the adjustments here in the first 3 blocks of values here belonging to the IP and to the subnet mask range must be completely identical adjusted to the configuration of every machine controller unit. So that means now you belong to the same network range. We have here the designation class C network or standard subnetting range. Both is possible, both tell you the same. And so that means here now, in this example, in the line of IP address for my computer, it's adjusted 251. Okay? And underneath you see the value 0 in the line subnet mask. So that means this is a valid IP address for your service laptop. Why? Also here we have a condition on the values 1 until 249, including 249, we have to keep for controller components. Why? On the beginning of error debatching, maybe we have not really an overview which units are assembled on that machine and which IP addresses are really in use. Okay? So therefore, when you keep the rule, the first valid IP address, host IP address for your laptop is 250. And you can use the addresses until 254. Okay? So that means you have 5 possibilities available to adjust a correct host IP value to get the connection to one of the controller components. Okay? As a standard, within every virtual machine, let's say especially after a complete software update, always you see here the adjusted IP, host IP address value 251. Okay? This is based in the history. It comes from the beginning of virtual machine use. Okay? Can we say so far so good, boys, on that step?
Yeah.
Was this explanation sufficient enough for you? Yeah? for the moment?
Yep.
Okay, very nice. Thank you for the response. Now, the second test is always I send a ping to the unit I like to be connected to. Ping means it's a command. Then you press a space, and now you have to know the IP address of one of the units. For example, 192.168.214. Remember, this is the network range. This must be always identical used. And now, when you remember, I have shown you the thematic PC, the unit assembled on the column in the middle of the control cabinet. Here, this unit has the host IP address 241. And also here now you see a big advantage. From the beginning of solution line controller, when we use it the first time, this happened in the year 2007 in the spring, until now, the Windows-based unit, PCU50 and or thematic PC, whatever, was in use in this year, in this range of years. Always the Windows-based unit has referred the host IP address 241. Okay? And so that means if you like to be connected with your service laptop to the system network, independent of the control edition, how old is the control unit or the machine, with this IP address, you will be always connected to the Windows-based system, okay? On every numeric control, okay? So far so good. And now have a look, boys. Thank you for your response, Now have a look, boys, what occurs when I press the input button. You see how fast the responses here occur. Let's say every half second a new response occur. And so that means everything is well arranged. Now, boys, have a look. What will happen if I start the command a second time, And also here I can give you, or I can tell you a short trick. If you keep, or if you press the right arrow button on your keyboard, so you can recall the last command bit per bit. If you press the vertical, the upright button, cursor control button, so the completely command will occur. And when I press the button a second time, so the command before I used will be again in the interance line visible. Okay? So that's a higher